Britain has a new chancellor. She's only getting started, and already the pressure is already showing. Rachel Reeves is the first woman to hold the job. She broke down in Parliament. Her tear exit came just hours after a major economic U-turn and market panic. Then came the headlines. Is she out? Is Keir Starmer backing her? That was the headline. Today here on Newsroom, we're going to ask the question: is Rachel Reeves really on edge? Or is she simply the first casualty of Keir Starmer's very public test in government? It happened during the Prime Minister question. The Chancellor of Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, was seen in visible distress. She wiped tears off her eyes, stood up, and she left the chamber. This was just hours after the government reversed a key plan to reform disability benefits, a move that meant to save £5 billion in the UK economy. The reversal blew a massive hole in the budget. Market noticed, and it was not just an emotional meltdown. It was a fiscal warning flares. Because Britain's borrowing cost has surged, bond yields has spiked, pound has hit to a 14-month low. Investors, of course, were nervous. And the optic, yes, they were awful. They were really awful. Yield on 10 years UK gilt rose to 5%. 30 years bond hit 5.4%. These are levels that we have not seen before after Liz Truss mini-budget disaster in 2022. Back then, the market called it the Trussnomic. And now, we're asking the same question. Is this Reeves-nomic? Make no mistake, investors were not reacting to the tears. They were reacting to the uncertainty. A policy that's been reversed, but no replacement was offered. That's not what confidence looked like. At first, the Prime Minister hesitated when he was asked if Rachel Reeves will still be the Chancellor by the end of the election. He didn't say yes. The silence, of course, triggered more panic. Was she on the way out? That was the question that a lot of people were asking. Of course, the press went wild. Headlines spoke on cabin intention. A Chancellor who's isolated and a Prime Minister who's ducking the question. That was the headline.
It's a personal matter for the Chancellor, and I've been absolutely clear with you. It's got nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with any discussion between me and Rachel, nothing to do with the matters of this week.
So she'll still be Chancellor by the time this interview is broadcast in full in a few days' time?
She will be Chancellor by the time this is broadcast. She'll be Chancellor for a very long time to come. Because this project that we've been working on to change the Labour Party, to win the election, change the country, that is a project which the Chancellor and I have been working on together. So, yes.
As you can see from that video, that was a full thrust defence, but only after the damage was done. But let's not belittle her, because Rachel Reeves is not stranger to pressure. She's a former Bank of England economist, a shadow Chancellor for 3 years. She's built the reputation on fiscal caution. Her promise during the election that Labour would become the party of economic responsibility. She ruled out major tax hikes, committed to tight budgets, and earned praises from businesses. Now, just weeks in her job, she faced the biggest test yet. Now the question is she credible? Can she calm the market? Can she keep control? While being second-guessed within her own party as well. Because Labour manifesto was filled with ambition. More NHS investment, green energy pledge, education funding. But without new taxes, these plans were already under strain. The reversal of disability benefit reform moved a major saving in line. Now Rachel Reeves must find a £5 billion fast or risk the credibility. She either needs to cut or raise more taxes. And trust me, none of them are easy in politics. Especially with the pound still wobbling and the room to maneuver is shrinking every single day. Some Labour MP worry that Rachel Reeves is too cautious. Others feel that Labour government is already bending to the media pressure. Critics say the response from number 10 was slow and unsteady, raising question about unity at the top. In other words, the Chancellor may have cried. Yes, she did, dropped a tear, but the cracks are still there. And Keir Starmer's hesitation did not help a bit. So what do we make of this? That's the question we have to ask. Rachel Reeves is not out. Well, not yet. But she's under pressure from the market, from her own party, from voters, and perhaps from her boss as well. Keir Starmer might say he has full confidence in her, but actions speak louder than spins. If he wants to avoid a full-blown crisis, he needs to back her with more than just words. And Rachel Reeves, she'll need to deliver more than just spreadsheets. She'll need to control, clarity, and a plan. And she needs all this fast. Because in politics, perception is reality. And right now, the perception is very, very shaky for them. Thank you so much for watching. And this is Baraka. You've been watching Newsroom.